Hey guys, I'm Aubyn Smith with Living in Atlanta, Georgia. If you are thinking about moving to Decatur, Georgia, this video is for you. Decatur is one of those places that comes up again and again when families start looking around Atlanta. People hear great schools, they hear walkable downtown, they hear community, they hear charm. And honestly, a lot of that is true. But Decatur is not perfect for everyone, and it definitely is not the cheapest option. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the real pros and cons of living in Decatur, Georgia, especially if you're moving with a family. We are going to talk about schools, neighborhoods, home prices, lifestyle, commute, what daily life feels like, and who Decatur is really best for. By the end of this video, you should have a much clearer idea of whether Decatur feels like the right fit for you or whether another area might make more sense. What Decatur feels like. Let's start with the big picture. Decatur has a very different feel from a lot of places around Atlanta. It has more of a small town feel, even though you are close to the city. That is one of the biggest reasons people love it. You can be close to Atlanta jobs, restaurants, the airport, and all the major things that come with Metro Atlanta, but then still come home to a place that feels more connected, more local, and more community-centered. When people picture Decatur, they often picture tree-lined streets, older homes with character, local coffee shops, parks, a walkable downtown, and families out and about. And that picture is actually pretty close to real life. This is one of those places where people know the downtown, use the parks, go to community events, and care a lot about where they live. So right away, if you are looking for a place that feels less spread out and more connected, Decatur really stands out. Pro number one, strong schools. Let's talk about one of the biggest reasons families move here, and that is the schools. For a lot of buyers, schools are the first thing that puts Decatur on the map. Families want a place where they feel good about their kids' education, where they feel like the schools are part of the community and where the school conversation is strong. That is a huge part of Decatur's appeal. Now, whenever you are moving, you always want to check the exact school zoning for the address you are looking at because school lines matter and details can change. But in general, Decatur has built a strong reputation as a family-focused place where schools are a major priority. And even beyond test scores or rankings, what many families like is the feeling that education matters here. You see it in the way people talk about the area. You see it in how often schools come up in home searches. You see it in how strongly buyers connect Decatur with raising kids. So, if schools are high on your list, this is definitely one of Decatur's biggest strengths. Pro number two, real community feel. The next big pro is community. A lot of places say they are family friendly, but Decatur really does have that community-centered feel. You will see families at the parks, people walking downtown, neighbors out with dogs, kids on scooters, and local events that people actually show up for. That matters more than people think. A neighborhood is not just about the house. It is also about whether you feel connected once you live there. And Decatur has that kind of energy where people often feel like they are part of something. For families especially, that can be a huge win. It can mean easier routines, more things to do close to home, and a stronger sense that you are in a place where people are invested in the area. If you are moving from out of state and you want a place that feels welcoming instead of anonymous, that is a big reason to put Decatur on your list. Pro number three, walkable downtown. Another major reason people love Decatur is the downtown. Walkability is a big deal, especially around Atlanta, where many places are much more car dependent. In Decatur, you have a downtown that people actually use. You can go to restaurants, coffee shops, local spots, and community events without it feeling like a huge production every time. That walkable downtown feel changes daily life. It makes weekends easier. It makes meeting friends easier. It makes the area feel more active and more alive. And for families, that can mean having simple things to do without always getting in the car and driving far away. It is one of the features that gives Decatur its charm. When people say Decatur has personality, a lot of that comes from the downtown and the way it ties the community together. Pro number four, close to Atlanta without feeling like Atlanta. Here's another big plus. Decatur gives you access to Atlanta without always feeling like you are in the middle of big city chaos. That balance is hard to find. For a lot of families, they want to be near jobs, near city amenities, near major roads, and near all the things Atlanta offers. But they do not necessarily want the day to day feel of living right in the middle of the busiest parts of the city. Decatur gives many buyers that middle ground. You can still get where you need to go, and you are still in a very connected location, but your day to day lifestyle can feel calmer and more neighborhood driven. That is one of the reasons Decatur works for so many people who want a mix of convenience and community. Pro number 5, character and charm. Let's talk about charm because Decatur definitely has it. A lot of homes and neighborhoods here feel established. You get mature trees, classic architecture, homes with personality, and streets that feel like they have been lived in and loved for a long time. That is very different from areas where everything feels newer but maybe more generic. Some buyers want brand new everything, and that is totally fine. But a lot of buyers love a place that has character. They want the front porch. They want the older details. They want a neighborhood that feels rooted. Decatur gives you a lot of that. So if you are the type of person who loves charm, walkability, and homes that feel unique instead of cookie cutter, Decatur can be a really strong match. Con number 1, home prices can be tough. Now let's shift into some of the downsides because this is where people really need to be honest with themselves. The first con is price. Decatur is not cheap, and for many buyers, this is the biggest hurdle. You are often paying a premium for the schools, the location, the charm, and the lifestyle. That means your money may not go as far here as it would in some other suburbs or neighborhoods around Atlanta. You might get less square footage, you might get an older home, you might get fewer updates, and you may still pay more because of the area itself. So if you are moving to Decatur, budget matters a lot. You want to go in with realistic expectations. This is one of those places where people fall in love with the feel of the area, and then they realize the price point is higher than they expected. That does not mean it is not worth it. It just means you need to know what you are paying for. Con number 2, older homes mean trade-offs. The next con is the housing stock. A lot of homes in and around Decatur are older. Now, that can be part of the charm, but it can also come with trade-offs. Older homes may have smaller closets, smaller bathrooms, lower ceilings in some cases, older systems, more maintenance, and floor plans that do not always match what buyers want today. Some have been beautifully updated, some have not. So if you love charm, you may be totally fine with that. But if you want a new construction feel, open layouts everywhere, and very low maintenance, you may need to adjust your expectations. This is a very important part of the Decatur conversation. A lot of the beauty of the area comes from established homes and established neighborhoods, but that does not always mean newer finishes or more modern layouts. Con number 3, inventory can be limited. Another thing to know is inventory. Because Decatur is so popular, good homes can move fast, and depending on your price point and what you want, your choices may feel limited. This can be frustrating for buyers. You may love the area, but then you realize there are not that many options at the exact moment you are ready to buy. Or you may see homes that need work, homes that sell quickly, or homes priced right at the top of your comfort zone. So, if Decatur is on your list, it helps to be prepared and to move with a plan. This is not always the kind of market where you can wait forever and expect the perfect home to still be there. Con number 4, it is not the best fit for everyone. And the last con is simple. Decatur is not the right fit for everyone. If you want a huge newer home with lots of space and a lower price point, you may get more for your money somewhere else. If you want a super suburban feel with bigger lots and newer developments, another area may fit better. If you do not care about walkability or community feel, then some of what makes Decatur special may not matter as much to you. That is why it is important to match the city to your lifestyle, not just the name recognition. Decatur is great for a lot of families, but it is not automatically the best choice just because people talk about it a lot. Best neighborhood and buyer fit conversation. So who is Decatur really best for? In my opinion, Decatur makes the most sense for families who care a lot about schools, want a more connected and community-centered lifestyle, and are okay paying more to get that combination. It is also a strong fit for buyers who love older homes with charm, want a walkable downtown nearby, and do not want to feel too far from Atlanta. On the other hand, if your top priority is maximum square footage for the money or a very new home or a larger suburban setup, Decatur may not be your best match. This is why I always tell buyers to think about daily life, not just the house. What do you want your weekends to look like? Do you want parks and local coffee shops nearby? Do you want to be able to walk around downtown? Do you want a place with a strong neighborhood identity? Those answers matter because Decatur really shines in lifestyle, not just in home searches. So, what is the final verdict on moving to Decatur, Georgia? For a lot of families, Decatur is an amazing option. You get strong schools, a real sense of community, a walkable downtown, beautiful established neighborhoods, and a location that keeps you connected to Atlanta. But you also need to be ready for higher prices, older homes, and limited inventory in certain price points. And so, yes, Decatur can absolutely be worth it, but only if it matches what matters most to you. If you are thinking about moving to Decatur, Georgia, call or text me at the number in the description. I would love to help you figure out if Decatur is the right fit for you and help you find the right home when you are ready. Machine. And if this video helped you, make sure you subscribe for more Atlanta area videos because I break down neighborhoods, suburbs, and real estate tips to help you move with confidence. I will see you in the next video.